Welcome. This is our Afterthoughts segment. This is where we keep our guests around for some extended conversation about the topic that we had on the program. Today we're talking about the business of information technology in Maine, and our guests today are Cynthia Smith, President of the Angel Secure Networks in Orono, Tony Payne, the Vice President and Chief Technology Officer of Kepware Technologies in Portland, and Dana Hutchins, President of ImageWorks, also headquartered in Portland. Thank you all for staying around. We had a good segment that people saw on the television, on the broadcast network, hopefully. This part's only on the web, so we wanted to follow up on some questions now that we didn't get a chance to go into more detail. And we were just talking, it stuck in my mind. When we were on break, Cynthia said we were talking about workforce and getting people to stay here. And I just love the quote you said that the geeks come in all different kinds of different flavors. So we got to attract them the right way. I want to put that out there. I like that. One of the questions we have is, do we have the kind of workforce, technical workforce we need? You mentioned in our other segment that you're meeting kind of Maine computer engineers all over the place, but they're out there in other states. Yes. But they'd like to come back. How do we get them back? I open it up.
They haven't said they want to come back.
Okay. Okay.
But getting them back, they aren't going to come back unless there's a vibrant IT sector here with good jobs.
Okay, so the jobs, it's just like everything else.
I think it's jobs. If the jobs were here, the guys who really loved growing up in Maine would bring their families and come back.
Are they willing to come back at a lower wage? Are there trade-offs here in Maine?
I doubt it.
Okay. Well, then are there trade-offs, I guess? Is there some commodity that Maine has?
I'm not a Mainer.
I don't know. I feel the younger generation is today seems to be more geared towards quality of life.
Okay.
I'm seeing that start to happen, a new trend where, money is great, you need it to survive and be able to enjoy life, but at the end of the day, I've talked to a lot of students who are getting ready to graduate who just want to know what opportunities are here. Majority of the students who go to the University of Maine at Orono and USM and other schools in the state are from Maine.
Right.
They'd love to stay here. They've been here all their lives. We as IT professionals just need to get out there and spread the word.
Okay.
Yeah, my sense is that people really do care about that, and I would say that that's something that has changed over the past 10 years or so. Whereas places like California, Research Triangle were such big draws and so forth that people come. If people hear anything about Maine, it referred on networks and so forth online, the social networks, that kind of thing. I am amazed at how many really great young people, smart young people who have maybe already had kind of part of a career somewhere else, are just excited about being here in Portland that I meet through things like Portland Green Drinks, events like that. Right. And these are people that have technical expertise, entrepreneurial experience, and that kind of thing, and they are very, very happy to be here, and many of them have brought their families here.
All right, I want to back up and ask about the education piece. I mean, you all kind of, I think, I'm sure you did, but the others mentioned the University of Maine and graduates from that program. It's just us talking now. So tell me, really, is the University of Maine doing the kind of things we need? Are they producing the kind of technical skills we need? And then also, weigh in on the Maine's community college system. Does everybody have to have a bachelor's in computer science to work in this field, or what? I just throw that out. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to vary from IT company to IT company. Kepware is a company who works with hardware, and we build software. From a development point of view, our best candidates have been electrical computer engineering students, computer science degrees. Okay. From a quality assurance point of view, I mean, they've come from all different disciplines. EET, electrical engineering technologies. We even got an anthropologist and a physicist who works on our testing team. So I think the University of Maine is doing a great job with education, and they're tapping the industry. I mean, we are giving the opportunity to go to the University of Maine and say, here are some of the skills that we need our graduates. They're coming to ask us.
That's good news.
I'm actually on an advisory board. At the University of Maine at Orono, where we actually get to say, what do we need our students to learn?
And the one thing that I know, and this is not so much from personal experience, because we've had a good relationship with the university. I mean, most of our employees either are USM, UMO students, Maine College of Arts students, University of New England, and so forth. People who are from Maine and that kind of thing. And many of them work for us for many, many years. But one of the things that I hear through the grapevine is that there isn't as good a kind of transfer and alignment between the community colleges from a business point of view, and I've heard this from a large
Sure.
employer in the Portland area, actually, and hearing about the fact that in the state of Tennessee they do a much better job about that. So that was interesting for me to hear that things are better integrated, aligned between the community colleges and the university, and that's a little different, I think, Tony, than what you're saying. And so it's interesting. I think it really depends on the business that you're in and exactly what you need and look for. And perhaps how you're approaching the university or community colleges about it.
What about industry groups? I know MESDA, or now it's Tech Maine. I keep calling it MESDA. Joe will be mad at me if I do that. Tech Maine, that kind of industry support and user groups, do we have that kind of infrastructure? Is that working for us in Maine? And the question I have is it just Southern Maine? What about, I know we can do that in Portland.
Yeah. I'm actually on the board of Tech Maine,
okay.
And it's a great community. It's bringing experts in the community together to actually discuss real-world problems and actually make sure that we are educating people statewide.
Yep.
On technology for
so you guys
tomorrow's
get out of
need.
Westbrook, do you?
Yeah, right out of Westbrook. Now we want everybody in the state of Maine to join. Right now there's been a big concentration in Southern Maine, probably due to our location.
Well, that's where they are. So that seems to be where that sector is largely located, but with this kind of industry, it can be almost anywhere. So
one of the things that I understand they've just started, they wanted to do for years, but they're doing live online meetings and so forth now, where they're actually bringing in locations, I think, in the Bangor area and so forth, into the meetings, and that's great. I was on the Tech Maine board for a number of years earlier on, and I think they do a great job, and they do a great job there at their facility in Westbrook in terms of user groups and that kind of thing. Very, very active and well attended.
Last question, and it's going to give me short answers on this if you can. What is what's the next big thing? And in particular, thinking about what can we do here in Maine? What's the next big thing in the IT sector that we may be looking at in terms of workforce and getting the kind of capital we need to move that forward?
And I'll jump in here because I think this is something Cynthia can talk about. She's already mentioned it, actually. Yep. And to me, it's energy, it's demand response, it's all of the smart grid stuff and the security around that needs to happen. I mean, that to me, there's opportunity at all kinds of levels, from the residential level to the commercial real estate level, in terms of managing the electrical infrastructure, the all of the energy infrastructure and that kind of thing in a way, and we're kind of just scratching the surface of that, and I don't know, Cynthia, if you can talk about that.
Yeah.
I would say we need a great deal higher level of computer security, which is connected with that, but it's also connected with all the computer systems.
I just bet you could tell some terrible horror stories about the vulnerability.
Yes.
And I don't want to know. It
scares
me too much.
But there is a big area, and it's ripe for innovation,
okay.
and there are not that many companies in it, and it's scary.
Yeah.
But there are all kinds of areas. Yes, an opportunity.
Okay, good. Next big thing.
Yeah, hands down, I too would say cybersecurity. It's an interconnected world. We need to have secure, resilient networks that can withstand attacks. In the cases where we are attacked, we need to be able to recover quickly with minimal damage.
Great.
So I think there'll be a lot of new opportunities.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're going to leave it there. Appreciate it. This was great. Thanks a lot. Thank you all.